Hell, Liquid's got this. They have two coaches.
And I think everybody wants Liquid to get this because that means we will get a third game to the series because they are one down at the moment. What will happen in game 2? We're going to find out together with Moxie and Purge.
Well, it seems like OG is doing Alchemist 2 Electric Boogaloo here, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, Purge, because everyone seems very excited to see that.
The first video, it almost never is, this first movie.
That's not true. There are some films where the second movie is even better.
Terminator.
That and Star Wars, hello? Empire Strikes Back.
Also true.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it works. Yeah, the Ags, feeding an Ags to Dragonite is kind of cool. It gives him a lot of magic resistance. That part is really excellent. And then free pathing, that's kind of nice too. And obviously levels up his ulti. But yeah, I kind of agree with the panel. Maybe Seb goes for a faster Blink Dagger, tries to get active, then gives Ags later on. That could be an option. Or they try to make the Ags Arc Warden be really effective too. It could give them a lot of map control if they just spam Spark Rates around a tower.
Well, Bo3 is going to get caught here by the side of OG, but again, he is the Timber Saw. He hasn't opted to scale anything just yet either, so... Start off with that Dragon Tail. Ooh, we're in fine form coming out here from Liquid. To be fair, OG will usually do the same thing right back, so...
It was incredible how well timed that was. It was like they counted it down. They're like, okay, guys, we got to tip him at the same exact moment. Boom, 4 hits him. Yeah, it's all about that mental warfare here, you know? OG, they're kings of that. These are the guys that go in and they're just having fun. They're laughing. You saw the way Mid 1 giggled when they saw that Arc Warden getting picked up. You gotta have a strong mental game too, Purge. I expect to see that in your coaching from now on too. Good. But yeah, we do have the Arc Warden here. He's going to be duking it out with Mickey, and have a nice stat over there. Overwhelmingly picked on Radiant 14 times, 9-9 in DPC, but not ever picked up here at EU just yet. We'll see if it ends up working out. Lanes are going to be a bit weird with a Dragonite against Razor, which should be pretty good for Razor since he's a melee hero that you can sap damage from. Puck versus Death Prophet will... fine. No Tail not willing to trade right now, running for his life here. Which is a surprise since he's actually
He's out of the Spirit Siphon charge.
And then Taiga Drunkling.
I feel like
Last hitting Dragonite.
a lot of the pressure is on, you know, this Arc Warden to have all that damage, right? Because you're gonna have some tanky boys coming out from the side of OG. But, you know, Dragonite not really known for being able to, you know, dish out that damage.
Point. Yeah, Dragonite's damage is oftentimes, he's more about initiating more so than dealing DPS. They've got some upsides, I guess. I mean, Acid Spray is still going to amplify whatever damage they're dealing. Death Prophet support often does way more damage than a typical 5-position hero does if you keep her alive with Ekm going. So there's some damage methods that should be effective.
Yeah, but we're already seeing, you know, that advantage that a Razor can have against a DK. Takes a decent chunk of that damage away from him. Gonna have an easier time going through these hits here.
It's kind of cool having the Timber Saw against the Outlane. Like BSJ pointed out in the last game, you Acid Spray creep waves, and then they can't fight you in that. But Timber can because he has an abnormally high amount of armor from reactive armor, so he doesn't care as much to deal with this. And having Timber against all these melee cores is excellent for Bo3. It's definitely one of his better heroes, so I'm sure he's going to be able to have a good game here, doing the Timber then and run down on heroes that can't trade with you. He's doing a great job in this lane.
He's just chasing that Soxa here. Definitely a threat in this lane for sure. We already saw that. Thompson getting ganked here by Taiga. Nathan and then drags him back in.
So looked like Thompson got a little aggressive on the opposite side of the map, but Taiga moved over, got a disable off, and therefore they got the easy rundown. Arc Warden's a really slow hero. I think it's like 285. Yeah, 285 without boots. So if you do get out of position, you've got a long chase.
I do like the way that the Enigma's kind of bouncing around these two lanes and making sure that, you know, he can respond if they get a little bit too overzealous, which is something that, you know, OG does like to be very aggressive. We talked about this in the first game.
do like to be aggressive, yeah. So moving around can definitely help win these lanes, potentially. But 2 kills right now for Team Liquid. They're pretty happy with their game position, especially if they can limit a little bit the overall farm of their opponents. Seb looking like he feels like he has to go leave the lane. He's prepping to stack a jungle camp. We'll see if he gets a double stack here. We're probably going to do an attack and then an acid spray, I guess, here. But Taiga moving over. Stack and try to farm it. So this is where things get iffy for offlane now. We saw when 3-2 played it, AFK jungling was still pretty quick, especially when you get Grievel's Greed and skip Unstable Concoction and getting a much long camp set. It's a lot of summons, but you know he's not going to get the Ags nearly as fast this game, most likely, with this lane setup.
Is that going to end? I mean, we've talked about this before, the fact that, you know, in game number 1, mid 1 won the lane handedly, and then also, you know, the Alchemist had a great time. Is that going to automatically set them off as a detriment?
It absolutely should, yeah, because the Ags are going to come later. Look at the other lanes. Thompson got killed mid. His net worth, or so last hits are still good. He's sitting at 24, and he's going to go Midas still fine. But I mean, look, Koikva's just dumpstering the top lane.
He's just
killed
down no tail
twice now. Exactly, like he's got boots already. He basically knows that he can win this lane. Middle camp now for Assassin. Having Razor in this circumstance, they just picked basically 2 side lane cores that are just really good at fighting.
A dive on here in the bottom lane for Foxa. No Tail is going to join in. Boxy does have those mangoes if necessary. He's going to Timber Chain. He's still chasing after Soxa here. He's going deep into these woods. This is not looking super great here for Soxa. As Boxy just slowly not the way you want to go down. As Mickey and Insania over in the mid lane trying to make the plays on tops and trying to get this kill, and they're going to be able to do it. Yes, they are. As Mickey. Final hit.
You guys offlane Alchemist is terrible, clearly, and that is why they're losing now. But basically Liquid just identified that they said like they're going to try to do the same Craptos again, and then they just picked the right hero score. They got 2 side lane cores that win their matchups pretty convincingly. They happen to get them in matchups that are very good. Having Timbersaw versus Alp is perfect. Having Razor versus an offlane DK is perfect. And they happen to kill tops in the mid lane now twice. They're winning 3 lanes. This is like a massive advantage for Liquid.
Koif is just really enjoying sapping all of that damage there from mid 1. Chases him down. Looks like they're trying to make some plays over here on Mickey, but you know, what are you going to do with a Death Prophet 5? You've got some nice silence, yes, but it's a lot more difficult, right, than compared to what they have going on the side of Liquid.
Sandy's struggling for gold and levels because of the fact that he's died twice in lane now. Just picking up a magic stick and a raindrop, it'll help him survive burst, but having a boots at this position would feel a lot better. But either way, Void Spirit hitting 6, like, yeah, you're not going to be able to kill him. The best thing you can do now is just sit behind him and be ready for the dive when it comes, because Mickey is definitely thinking about it with that DD.
You can see the way that the sports are playing. They do spot out Taiga, though, over here, so we'll be able to force him out of the jungle. But the tower goes down. Boxy taking it around a little bit before 7 minutes. Very...
Not even sacrificing himself much here. He will get gone on, but it's a long chase. He's got boots. His opponents are half booted here.
Oh, Boxy chasing after Soxa again. He has just been bullying this poor Rubik on and off, non-stop. Down he goes. Although it does look like he's trying to make some plays. Mickey with the double damage. He's sitting very low. Has to be careful. He's taking a lot. Not quite going to be enough. That Crypt Swarm not strong enough either. As Mickey 70-something hit points. Gonna be able to walk away. The Chaka was doing a lot of damage. Mickey, he's just tossing back and forth with him here. Is he finally going to get punished? No, he's not. No tail. Now looking like he's going to be able to do the next one. If they get one more head off, and by God,
not looking good for OG, guys. That's a big loss of heroes here. They just stays alive. I'm sure any Liquid fan is really excited right now. That is so big.
Look
here it is again. Mickey in trouble, not looking so good. Gets the double jump, all 3 tops, and Insania blocks him about 3 times in a row. Really nice move there by Liquid to throw the game briefly, but it couldn't stop him. Mickey gets a ton of shield right there, and No Tail only having level 1 nuke really cost him there. If No Tail's level 4, 100% he dies.
And Mickey went down to 42 hit points during that whole thing and still was able to walk away. That almost looked like he's just gonna yawn. I will say, yeah, Boxy is just a big threat right now. There's not a whole heck of a lot that they really can do against the Timber with their lineup at this time.
he's such a good player playing from ahead. Like, it's one of his greatest strengths, I think, as an offlane player, that if he does get these like hero matchup advantages, he knows where to go, he knows how to be aggressive. Like, just getting Thompson's HP to half is massive, because now Thompson is not going to want to play aggressive anytime soon here. And he's also shifted from the lane that was easy to kill, the safe lane tower, and he instantly goes mid. And basically his whole team can ignore him, knowing that he's ahead, knowing that he can also pressure heroes. Instead, he's now going to rotate top, because that's where OG's pressuring. He just wants to go everywhere. That's going to make it inconvenient for OG to play Dota.
Spirit Fire coming out from No-Tail. Stadia standing nearby. No 6 yet. No-Tail looks like he's going to fall. Regens a decent amount, but... And over on the bottom lane, Sox is just getting chased by Mickey this entire time.
They're just rotating all.
Okay, maybe they get a kill on Taiga.
Taiga's super farm though. He's already got Necro 1 and he's a 4 position hero, by the way. He's been jungling. His net worth is slightly higher than Arc Wardens. It's almost the same as Dragon Knights. And everybody else on Liquid side is massively ahead. So this is still looking excellent for Liquid.
They don't have anything to interrupt that TP, so he's going to be able to teleport out, no problem, but definitely got very low with Bo3 just yo-yoing of death back and forth there. Bottle refill, pressure, and 2
commit to this tower now. I assume they've got Necro 1 in about 17 seconds here. And they've got smokes ready on Enigma too. They could try to smoke around, but they're just going to play it safe. They don't need to like smoke and hard commit for these engagements. They catch the observer ward there. That's huge. Gonna make it even harder for OG to defend because they're not gonna necessarily know exactly where Liquid's heroes are. So for now, Bo3 does it solo. Quakefoot gonna retreat from top, and Sox is still trying to catch up in net worth on the bot lane. So just really easy pressure mid. No-Tail might die in the mid lane. Looking dead.
Yeah, he's getting chased here. Just a couple of flicks. And eventually down goes No-Tail. They'll lose Thompson to the top lane though, but the black hole coming in from Taiga. Quakefoot gonna be able to just type it left and right. They get the kill on 7. Mid 1 is left all alone. They have the double damage on Mickey. It's gonna be Taiga who cleans up. A disaster for OG.
The
bottom lane,
Liquid.
They're gonna go right after Sox. He just wanted levels, guys. No, it's a a triple kill for Mickey.
The amount of map control and like efficiency they're getting on the map is insane. Taiga TP'd mid, he summoned his Eidolons, he spawned his Necro, and they destroyed mid while Timber is killing the support that tries to defend it. And in the meantime, I'm like, oh, the tower's dead. Then I look top, boom, black hole. So he puts all of his summons mid. He doesn't even need to be top to participate in that fight. And they're just consistently winning all lanes. This is like the most winning 3 lanes crap I've seen, and maybe all DPC, because it's not like they just won the laning stage. Just like they are constantly winning 3 lanes, no matter where they go.
Right into Bo3, right in. Taiga, Mickey's coming in hot with that 8th Remnant, and Bo3 gets himself.
Your ashes will fall like rain.
Are indeed dead. Quakefoot
just queued up his eggs.
Quakefoot has not left his lane, I'm pretty sure. He's just been allowed to rotate. He did rotate once at one point. But look at these TPs coming out immediately. Quakefoot, he's so fast at Sania. Waning Rip coming forward here. Doesn't have the Dream Core for another 12 seconds. Taiga getting into position, does not have Black Hole, but of course we'll go drop that Midnight Pulse. That's a decent amount of damage. Is now Seth isolated from the rest of his team. Quakefoot's just dancing around here. He's walking his Alchemist over here, and he's gonna be able to. No, he does get stunned up. One more hit will do the trick, and down goes Seth. It's not looking great for mid 1 either, as he's just getting pulled over in the corner. They're just getting steamrolled here.
Guys, Puck is a higher level than Dragon Knight is right now. That's a 5-4. This is not good.
Just
in the slightest.
Down. He did get his Midas off, though. You know, efficiency.
Good for him. And then he Midas Razor by dying.
Mickey is on the hunt, and they will not only take down the Tempest double up top, but they'll take down the original copy. And this one, his hand Midas is not
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Passive
I think
Midas
is under attack.
I think the strategy is really effectively dismantled this. Like, I think what was kind of crucial about OG last game was that Monkey King X pickup, really effective, right? But Monkey King also is a lane winner.
Right. And
that's what was crucial here. Their Ag's potential heroes here are not like crazy lane winners, and they're not as flexible as a Monkey King is. So OG just had the better draft for the strategy in game 1. Game 2 heavily punished by Liquid's reaction.
Oh dear, Soxa already just gets run right back in. They'll go to use the exorcism, but they're just not doing much damage over here, as Bo3, of course, can just go Timber Chain away. They go to are they finally going to be able to take down Bo3? Yes, they do. Go back in again. Quakefoot dancing around. No-Tail still chasing up Liquid figures it out. Mickey gets the rampage. And this is, you know, one of the strengths of Liquid, I feel.